Hello everyone, my name is Ryan and welcome back to the NYIG Pro Game Reviews. Today, a special guest will be joining me, Ali Jabarin, 2-Dan professional from the European Go Federation, where we review together a game that we played in the EGF Online League. Today's video will be a slightly different style. I hope it will be enjoyable as we both shed light on our own perspectives on a very interesting game that we played. Enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome back to NYIG Pro Reviews. My name is Brian, and today, as you can see, we have a lucky guest with us, Ali Jabarin, 2-Dan professional from the EGF. Hello, Ali.
Hey Ryan. What's up?
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm very happy to have you here. And today we're going to review the game that we played together and in the European Online Professional League, which Ali kind of just Facebooked me one day, and he's like, would you like to play? And I was like, yeah, of course. So that was that.
Yeah, and I was, to be honest, I wasn't so worried when I was pitching you to the guys. I was like, it's fine, we'll keep, it's just one guy. And they were a bit hesitant, and yeah, I guess I was proven wrong in the end.
Yeah, I mean, there were fast games, and I guess I'm more accustomed to fast games. Well, it's hard to say yet, right? So, we still have the finals.
Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah. So this game you played very well, for sure. Let's get right into the game. So one thing that I like to play is the Tanuki here. It's like a move that AIs never criticize. So I kind of play that every time when White plays the Knight's move and Tanuki's here. I always play the Atarian Descent.
Really? Actually, I thought it's the kind of move the AI almost always criticizes, but it's the kind of criticism where it says Black lost 1 point by playing here a bit early.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think AI thinks that like finishing this corner as black, the way you did in the game, takes a lower priority than empty corners. So 3-3s or approaches. I think in this case, AI would play P4 or O4.
Yeah. I mean, to me, there isn't that huge of a difference. But yeah,
of course, there is no difference when you're talking about 1 point. But I think it gives it's sort of a tell for that someone is a territorial player.
You think I'm the territorial kind?
Maybe, yeah. I'm not so sure, but I remember reviewing one game, Park Jung-won against Park Young-hoon, final of Chunlan last year, and Park Young-hoon also, whenever he was offered the chance to finish up the corner this way, he takes it.
Interesting.
But yeah, on the flip side, I really love getting this press as white.
The press. Oh, yeah. So I actually thought that on the bottom, because White stones over here, the bottom wasn't too bad. Like there's not much value. So I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of, I don't have much judgment here in the opening. Like I'm just
Did you think that the bottom doesn't have much value? Did you count that as a plus for black or for white? Because for me, that felt like a plus for white. Because it meant, like in my mind, it meant that it's less urgent for me to defend this group because black doesn't really want to play around h4
right.
or something like g3.
Right.
I felt like, yeah, I kind of negate the need to spend another move there.
Right. I think that makes sense. And so that makes it more comfortable for white to do this press, to give black the bottom side. So later on, if black plays a move like here, white can just go away, and there's not much for black to develop on the bottom. And yeah. I should probably, now that I think about it, next time I will answer. Yeah. Yeah, I like your reasoning. It makes a lot of sense. Yes.
It's fine for me. I'm already out of the playoffs, so I can, like, you
But-
can take the
But
pick.
we're gonna play until you win, right?
Yeah,
So
we might have to go for a few seasons before that happens.
so you mentioned here that we were discussing before we reviewed that here it's not urgent for black to make this kick because white actually cannot attach an R3. So this is also very interesting because before like AIs dominated humans, we always thought that this was a pretty big move, especially after the one space jump here. I think even before, people even played an extra extension move just so that white cannot do this 3-3 attachment, which of course was very bad because it gives white an extra stone. And so here, if white attached, black can just push through, I guess. And because black doesn't have the ladder, black cannot block. So right now white can just cut. So black has to hane here, and I think this is, as far as I know, considered to be an AI Joseki.
Yeah, this 7 was basically the move that the humans sort of just discarded prematurely. We thought
Right.
that, okay, if I can't, as black, if I can't play O2 and I'm losing the N3 stone, then it's probably not so good.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at the result, yeah, black has one wasted stone at N3, but the R3 stone for white is just as bad.
Mm-hmm. The corner is just as bad, right? And at this point, actually, it seems still difficult. As we said, the lower side has less value, so even in terms of the current board position, it's not urgent. So I didn't realize that my opening here is absolutely terrible. So I make this kick, and then you tanuki it again. And this is also
terrible. I mean, terrible has to be put in context here. I guess white is ahead at most 2 points at this stage.
I think it might be more. Maybe, well, we'll see later when we review with AI Sensei at the end. But it definitely feels more like the flow is more natural for white at this up to this point.
Yeah, I was happy to get C14. I thought once white got to play upper left first, it felt good for white. Also, M15 for M18.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good exchange. I can't say I completely understand this move, but the AI thinks that when you get this exchange, it's good.
Yeah. I also didn't fully understand, but I guess it gives you a lot of attachments, and it's a fourth line, second line exchange. So I mean, in the opening, it's generally considered good, I guess. So
but here the reason why I played this move the turn was because of that exchange. So I know that when you get this exchange, the sort of the shape point is 016. Yeah, so I was looking at somehow taking away a liberty with Q13 so that I can utilize this maybe.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, I never fully understood this. Now, what does white do?
I think white does nothing.
Connect just leave it. Oh.
I think 2 for 3 might be a good exchange. Later on, if white plays P14, Yeah, maybe the cut at Q17 can be annoying endgame or something.
Let me see. Oh, there
Yeah,
might be
it's nothing super concrete. It's just
an attachment later.
okay.
Yeah, just a lot of AI stuff. We don't understand this. I see. Yeah, but yeah, I think like when I saw this move during the game, I didn't think it was a good move. But then I also didn't know what to play. Like on the upper side, it's hard to continue. Like if I approach, I think you'll just jump or something, and there's not much to do there.
Yeah,
With this
this makes M15 M16 look.
even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So also like if I do this, then it's also like it just seems small, and like at this point, there's just nowhere to play, and like this is like pretty pointless too. White might just extend and just jump. There's nothing much to do, and just when you're at a point in the opening and you have no move to play, then what do you usually do?
Well, I think you were correct to start entering the right side here.
Yeah, so in the game I played this invasion.
I would say that during the game I thought like Q13 somehow it screamed out to me like the only move, but in retrospect probably it would have been better to make some extension on the right. It does feel like it was too much maybe.
So you might do something here instead. Well, actually,
yeah, that's the reason why I turned. I couldn't find exactly the best point here.
It is
And
awkward.
I thought I don't want to play on the third line, but none of the fourth line moves look that amazing either.
Black might just give it away or something. That's possible.
Yeah. The timing to give Q4 Atari is delicate as well.
Right. Yeah. If you Atari early, Black might do this clamp, and it is interesting. Yeah, you have very nice intuition. I personally would definitely not have played this move, but it actually turned out to be AI recommendation. And in this game, you played a lot of AI.
Oh, was it?
I think it was no?
The turn? I'm not sure.
That's another thing we have to check later then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this fight, I guess this was a one-way street after Black blocked here. Or maybe no. I remember that AI recommended the jump here.
Yeah, but I think if you played this move, I would have like called the referee on you. This guy is using Leela. I don't think anyone plays there, any human at least. So I mean, because white is kind of thick, Q13, R13, you don't think about jumping into that shape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But maybe for black, attaching wasn't so. I think I don't like the attach because white can counter with R8. Maybe I would have just jumped as black.
So for me, I actually underestimated this move. I thought that in the variation in the game, the fight was okay for black. So that's why I made the attachment. So I thought you would have to answer something somewhere here, but yeah. So maybe black should jump out. It just feels too lonely, like white has a pretty obvious move with 2, and it's not clear what black will do. I think this is the problem with this game. Like I couldn't, many times during the game, I wasn't sure what to do, and then I just end up having to make aggressive moves, So like this
But
is
then if you play, so if you play Q5 now,
right now.
and then white is going to Atari and extend, right? Basically, no other choice.
Yeah.
So you block like this, and I thought that this looked better than the game because
Oh.
in the game you can't capture S5, and also your shape and liberties felt weaker. So
Yeah.
I think maybe this would have been the way for black.
Yeah. I think that's true. Yeah. So if we compare this variation now, black has the first move. What would black
Maybe
do?
something like N6.
Yeah, something like that. In the game, what happened was black's shape was.
Can white actually wait? 10 is possible, or is black gonna honey and?
Oh.
This is the reason why I thought the S4 stone is important, because if
Yeah.
black can capture that, then he can play very severely here.
It's difficult reading.
Yeah, it's definitely
Seems like it might work.
not easy, but at least it makes it dangerous for white as well.
Yeah, so if white has to do something like this, would this also just get pushed through?
Yeah, even this is cuttable.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so in the game what happened was there was so much weakness that white was also able to just get the first move here. Yeah, that variation that we just did was so much better than this. And so in the fight, it was very difficult because there's just so many forcing moves, like at 07. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely better to do this. Would you actually Atari instead then? Is this possible?
No way. I don't know. I guess this isn't so bad, but I mean that I can say that now. But during the game, I would definitely feel like I should resist.
I would for sure. Yeah. Interesting. So I did think about both variations, but I don't know why I didn't choose this one. It's an improper judgment. So later on in the fight, it ended up being. So yeah, like something like this move had to play. I had to play here instead of N8 because I had that weakness. And later on, you played another incredibly annoying move, this attachment, which is a very good move.
Yeah, I'm very proud of it. I don't know why, but like it was screaming out to me the whole time that. I mean, actually, even when black plays there, black wouldn't be 100% alive. But to me, it just felt like this sort of breaks the shape and also tightens black's liberties a lot.
Yeah, it's like a free points if black connects inside, and if black pushes here, when white cuts, black has to connect here, and so later on, the 3 stones in the center are also pretty short on liberties. So later on, if white just escapes now, then it's a pretty difficult fight for black, with both groups not being completely alive. And black doesn't gain any territory at all with this whole fight. So actually, there's a decent pressure on black to get something here, which is yeah. So I think in this case, it doesn't look very good for black. So I remember this move was above, like the AI didn't even see this move. So after white played here, it's actually better than the top AI recommendation. Yeah, so of course.
Yeah, we're gonna see later. I'm not sure if some AIs see it, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, so after this, White was able to get the squeeze, and Black had to spend extra moves in order to protect. Now, this move was probably a big mistake.
Do you think so? Because to me it felt like Black has to get something going here.
I was actually trying to read out whether I could Hane.
Oh, really?
Because this was a I didn't know what would happen here. Were you looking at this at all during the game?
Yeah, sure. So actually, I was watching. I wasn't watching so much what happens if Black hunts, but I was thinking, what can I do if Black doesn't play anything?
Oh, okay.
And I saw that with P11, I can actually completely seal off. Actually, that's the reason I played M11. Because later on, if I follow up with P11, then Black just dies locally, and he only has 6 liberties.
Mm-hmm.
This I just draw back.
Mm-hmm. There's no escape here.
Yeah, Black can connect, and yeah, this way I draw back and turn. So I get to make a sort of perfect seal, and yeah, only 6 liberties for Black.
Mm-hmm. Can you turn?
Turn. Yeah, this
working.
There might be some problems here, but I was like,
Oh, yeah, I think it works.
Tough out.
Yeah, only 6 liberties. So Black really needs to. If Black plays the first move on the bottom to bully this group, Black really needs to do it well. And there were 2 moves that I thought this push, I thought was a big mistake. I think I should just did what I did in the game, and I think that liberty was pretty important. Right? In the game, equivalently, you had the descend. So in the game, when White has the descend, White just escapes. And after Black has to go back here, Black gained nothing with this, and also left a lot of weakness. Not to mention the territory loss on the bottom with this move later. So at this point, it's just really not going well for Black.
I was really hoping after J2 you play something like G4, because I think White has 6 liberties now as well.
Oh.
So if Black plays something, then I could have killed the center now.
Right, you have exactly 7, right? Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. During the game, I was scared. Like, no, this game is going so well. I hope I don't die here on the bottom.
Yeah. So if I don't push, then how would it actually go? I was really curious about this. So I think you would Hane it, right? And then I don't know if I can block.
Hane. I think you block. Yeah. Then no, you connect just solidly. And now, like, everything is center for you.
Right.
If I try and save the 5 stones at P5, but
So,
maybe I would have to sacrifice them this way. So if White cuts, the Black is gonna push, and if I try to save, everything is center, and this is just
this is dead for sure.
Rest in pieces.
Yeah. But if you had to sacrifice, that seemed very good for Black. Because I get to capture the whole thing, and I wouldn't need a move anymore to defend the group. Huh. Is that the case? Or are we missing something?
Can I do something else instead of K2? What about just descending?
Oh, are you going to have enough liberties? No, you can't have 7. There's no way you will have 7 here.
There's no way I have 7.
Nope.
Okay, how about the honey at K1? Does that do anything?
Oh.
But then, okay, this time, if you connect all 3, well, like this, there is a call, right?
But you don't have any threats.
I don't have any threats.
I don't think you
No,
can start this one.
I have one threat at
Here?
yeah, this honey.
If I give it, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Interesting. The honey can escape. This is really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it looks really risky for white too.
Does.
So during the game, I was regretting M11 a bit, and I thought, wow, maybe I should have just played something.
Yeah, it does seem
not
clear.
insane.
Yeah, it seems clearer for white because, as we said before, black needs to gain something here, and black still has 2 groups to worry about. And so long as black cannot enclose the 4 white stones in the center here, it's a difficult game.
Yeah, this would have been better for sure.
Mm-hmm. So you gave me a chance, but it's still uncertain. But definitely with the push,
I
it's
just
not
didn't
possible.
expect K5 to be that severe. I thought, yeah, my group here is a bit dangerous, but I only need to come up with 6 liberties basically, and then I'll be fine.
But you need 7, right? Since after you play the move, I have 6.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this push was so... I regretted it immediately after I played it. And then this stuff was just...
Yeah, it was really painful after... I mean, the fact that black had to play a move at P13, but then also after L12, black had to answer again.
Mm-hmm.
That felt like too much.
Yeah, 2 moves here. Which was inevitable, and that was your follow-up after M11, I guess. And after you took that move, black wasn't able to get anything in Sente on the bottom. So then you naturally had these. And although at the end, I think I thought I played another... This move was absolutely ridiculous, I think. So in the game, if I played here, and you played this move, then at least this move is Sente, right? So at least I get an attack here. I think it's...
Can white play F2? I thought I will have some... During the game, I wasn't sure still, but I thought there should be some way to make a connection on the bottom, or at least co-connection. And when I was reviewing after the game, I think F2 can't be disconnected directly.
F2, oh, I see. I mean, I would just have to sacrifice 4 stones. If I... oh, there's at least a ko, I see.
I think there's always a ko. And then I would like try to run to the center as ko threats.
I see. Yeah, this is not even a better ko for black. I think black should probably just play this move and Hane. Yeah, this ko is not very light for black, and yeah. So basically after the center, the reason why Black is playing so aggressively is because White gained a lot of points, and in the fight, Black kept losing points, even in the lower right. It's much smaller than earlier. So Black's territory is definitely behind. And so I was looking for something here. And after this, I think it's just game over. Especially after the attachment. The attachment exchange, I also just gave away all of the Aji in the middle. And after White dealt with this group easily, so that was it.
I can tell you that during the actual game, I knew that at this point, or even just after J11, I knew that when I'm gonna review it with AI later, it's gonna say I was over 90% doing it. But I was still like scared in the actual game because, you know, for the AI it's easy, but for me, for humans, it's so
It is. Yeah.
so simple to just make a mistake and get cut off or lose a group.
Yeah. When things seem relatively unclear, yeah, there's definitely a lot of room for error. But I guess in this case, there wasn't too much that you needed to do because Black already lost so much territory. All you have to do is make sure all of your groups get connected, I guess.
Yeah, but that's easier said than done. How many games did I lose not keeping my groups connected?
Yeah, but you played very well here. I didn't find any way to come back, and that was that. Yeah. So the counterattack, and the connection was after the connection happened. I think White was ahead by at least 10 points on the board. So there was that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was also the fact that White has no weaknesses. So
right. Iron.
All the groups are completely alive.
Yeah. Yeah. Very well.
It's not very usual. I mean, half of the games I just die in the second corner. So once in a while I come up with a game like this. I swear I didn't use a bot during the actual game.
No, I definitely wasn't suspecting because actually a lot of your moves were very human-like. Like they weren't just making the game clear. Like especially M11, I think it was definitely it was a pretty bold move. Like it seeks to gain something and not protecting the group on the bottom. So there were
it's
definitely
actually
ups and
also
downs.
my weakness because I focus a lot on shape. So immediately after Black plays O11, I'm looking at P11 like maybe even too much, like tunnel vision. So I see P11 and I forget about the rest of the board. So like here I played this M11 and I didn't even pause too long to think about a possible Black counterattack.
Oh, I see. Yeah, but I guess it turns out that there wasn't too much Black could do here, so it was a good move.
Well,
but it was definitely it's definitely clear.
With if Black didn't exchange the M4 push, then it would have been much more complicated for me to solve, at least in a fast game.
Seconds, Yeah, so we played one game before this game, and in the game that we played, I think it was in 2016, the IMG, and I remember I made a huge easy mistake, and I fell behind. And that was, and you played like super solidly during that whole game. And after this game, I was like, man, Ali's so strong, man. I can't win against him. So I was super nervous at this point. And yeah, I don't know you guys that well. Like, of course, you guys play so many tournaments together. Like, before you play a game against say Ilya or Pavel, you'll probably know exactly what you want to do. So there's still a lot of uncertainty when I'm playing in the league, and at this point I was feeling terrible about myself actually. It was like it's not like one of those losses where you just misread one somewhere huge, but it was kind of like I didn't really find a chance, like a clear chance any time during the game, and I think that's pretty scary. So I think that's a very it's a very positive attribute to your style. Like when you play well, it's very demoralizing for your opponent.
Yeah. Well, on the flip side, I also very often blunder. Like even in our
Well,
league, in past games, I lost so many games just blundering. Uh, like also, for example, during the third game of this match, I very often just lose a game in a single move just because of Byoyomi pressure, which I think doesn't, from what I saw, doesn't happen much with you. Like there is no moment where like, oops, my group is just dead now. Guess I have to resign.
oh, trust me, it does happen. I mean, we all have our weaknesses, and yeah, and we're always on a quest to try to solve it, I guess. Yeah. Um, but
Okay,
anyway,
wait. So should we look
yeah,
at this game?
let's move over to AI Sensei and let's see what the AIs think and whether if any of our review made any sense.
Get into it. So far, so good.
Well, so actually, up until move maybe 40 something, it was all pretty even from the graph, which you see in the top right.
Yeah, and this 13 just loses 0.3 points.
Yeah, you
So
see,
not even 1 point.
yeah, it's a perfectly good move.
But if we ask it where it wanted to play A first.
Oh, okay. Fair enough, fair enough.
Okay, so this is fine. It's also fine.
It's a very suspicious graph, isn't it?
No, look at this. Look, there
It's
is
so
some downwards
yeah,
slope sometime.
yeah.
And like I said, don't forget, if I had cheated, I would at least have won the match. Like I wouldn't cheat just to end up losing anyway.
Of course, of course.
So yeah, here everything fine too. This one, like 0.7 points minus. Not really a mistake.
Yeah, so it's not bad.
Yeah, this one's actually also not its first choice. So here it wants to give a 30, which I thought usually you don't. And then it likes turning in 3.
What's the follow-up after white turns at 3 if black doesn't have R18? That's what I'm curious about. Do you capture the stone at Q17, or do you do something else?
I don't know, and I think it's also with AI Sensei we can't. It's not like Lila.
Oh, right.
So I can't ask it anything I want because it did all the calculations before it loaded. But yeah, so this was fine. Descend here, lost 1 point. Then the turn is also minus 1 point.
Oh, it's -1, huh?
Yeah, but I think it wants to turn. It just wants to play Atari first. Okay, it wants to play this attachment, and then it wants to turn.
And then turn. Oh.
So I think, yeah, like we said, I don't think there is anything super direct. Okay, it cuts at 9.
Oh, so you cut first, and then I see. Yeah, I think that's a good move. That's a very nice move.
It's hard for black to
choose
because on one hand, black wants to play this as the big end game, but then still later, black is gonna get squeezed from the outside. Like white's gonna get to give all Ataris. And
that Q17 exchange is really good for points for white.
So turn was good. It just thinks that white should give this Atari before turning. Well, we can check here also how it wanted to invade. Okay, so it thinks just taking the stone.
I considered that. But it's not a move I would play in a fast game. If it was like a slow game, I might do that. Just to carry the game over to endgame.
Yeah, you can see this O16 move comes up a lot. So, like I said, I know that it's the move, but I wouldn't say I completely understand it.
It seems difficult to grasp, but I think we kind of understand why, like from the reasoning. Yeah, I definitely didn't know this, so it's definitely new for me. And then we were saying about the attachment. So attachment was okay. It's just
one point loss, and instead it wanted to. The first option for it was to Tenuki.
Okay.
Something like this, and then it still attaches eventually. Something like this.
Wow, this is not.
But it seems to think locally that capturing one stone.
Just capture. Wow.
And white doesn't even connect. I definitely would have connected at R6.
So if white connects,
interesting. It still wants to play. It still puts high priority on H4, even though we said like the bottom is less important.
Wait, yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. Why would actually play H4 and not defend the top left? Doesn't make any sense. But I'm sure it doesn't like my extension move at R6. Yeah, that was a mini spike for white. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's -3, so this is the biggest mistake so far in the game. It thinks, it's like you said, it wants to jump here. White exchanges, just connects up the right side.
Yeah. But then again, I would have to be using AI to be playing like this.
Yeah, so I guess for AI, white is only ahead by 2 points here, but for humans it's more because humans can't find moves like like this Q11.
Yeah.
Okay, here it's a one-way street.
Yeah. Oh, so
it preferred to play Hane to the jump here.
Huh. That's
and
interesting.
Sacrifice 4 stones.
It doesn't seem that big. Move 1. It's like, at least for points, it's not that big. And white sacrifices. Okay, wow. Okay.
Well, I think it's big because it also affects the center, and it was center for black. So when you played there, I got pressed down to the second line. But it just wasn't the feeling in the game to sacrifice stones on the bottom. And I mean, usually you only want to sacrifice these stones if black is not.
Yeah, that's true.
If black is already alive.
It's effectively a reverse Sente. And black has to spend 2 moves to capture white's 4 stones, which is only about 15 points. But then, yeah, we would
actually,
never.
this 54 innocent looking move, but it's a pretty big mistake.
So what's the next? How did all of that happen? On the right side of that graph. So this is all fine, and
Okay, this AI did see this.
oh, it is an AI move. Wow.
I think it depends. When I ran it on my computer, I didn't find it, but maybe my computer is running weaker hardware than
Mine also
AI
didn't.
Sensei.
Mine also didn't see this.
So if connect, then white would capture.
So this was
Six.
this was the variation that I was thinking during the game, except without the P7 exchange. So after you played it, I got completely over my head. So I probably should have just kept my cool and continued here.
Yeah, but in this variation, 6 is so strange. Just removing one stone. Hard to believe that's the best way.
Yeah. You would capture?
Yeah, for either capture now, and then I don't know, play something like this. I was even thinking during the game to just how about connecting directly?
Whoa. Now that is a very aggressive move.
Too heavy metal.
I feel like you spent
Yeah, this is probably too much, right?
You spent 2 moves inside. And
yeah, okay. I agree. That's way too much.
If you were going to play there, I would definitely have connected.
Okay, but here you extend it out, which it doesn't consider to be good. But I also didn't take the chance to capture. So if I capture, yeah, you see, it doesn't want to just capture one stone in the center. It thinks that's too slow.
Wow. But it's all close still up until this point. It's only about like a few points.
Yeah, 3.5 points.
3.5 only.
Ahead for white. That's practically even.
Yeah.
Yeah, and B was significantly worse than A here.
Yeah, that's actually a mistake that I didn't even think too much about. But it's a pretty obvious mistake because if I play 1, you can't play L5 like in the game. So yeah.
Yeah, so like this, right? If you connect there and I try to jump out.
Yeah. It leaves a weakness
like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It makes a lot of sense.
It's obvious once you see it, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's such a human error on some level is pretty dumb sometimes, the mistakes you make. But you don't realize until someone says, "Oh, you should play there."
Okay, so this is just a timing mistake from me. It wanted to give up there immediately, but
okay, but that
I skipped one move.
I also just connected, so.
Oh yeah, but
right.
It thinks you had a chance to flip it around here. Wow, 3.
Oh. So do I just capture the 2? Okay.
Yeah, I capture in center.
Wow.
That would have been a dream, I think, compared to the game.
But then white is all connected also, and 3 and 4 exchange is also pretty bad. So, but definitely better than the game. And I mean, anything's better than the game.
Yeah, and you see this attachment come up.
Uh-huh.
But this way, it thinks white is ahead. by half a point. So basically,
Yeah.
just by missing the timing to give Atari here p5, and it's already just back to even. If black captures the chance. Smooth is fine. Smooth is fine. So was a small mistake. And this one was fine. Yeah, this one was like the biggest
Yeah,
mistake.
so that I did realize. That makes sense.
So it says.
Well, how does that variation go? Yeah, let's try. Let's look at the A. Oh wow. Okay. Our moves were the moves we went over are too vulgar. Look at that, the third move. It's so elegant.
So you lose those 5 stones, like we said, and then on the outside, what's going on? So I think AI Sensei gets weaker in deep variations. So if it's going like this, 30 moves and longer, then it starts making some mistakes.
Okay.
Yeah, so like here, basically, it stops now, and what's going on?
Seems black is dead.
Yeah, but maybe white is also dead.
I don't think so. White could at least, if white is unsure about the 4 stones on the bottom, white could just play a move there. And I don't think black can do much. No,
Yeah,
I think white should just capture the 5 stones actually, instead of 3. But either way, in this variation, black captures the 5 stones in Sente and then gets to spend a move. While in the game, I had to spend 2 moves at P13 just to connect that group back, which is way worse.
Yeah, it actually doesn't matter. Just up to here.
Yeah, up to
here. It's already good enough for black.
Yeah. And also, white's 5 stones in the center is not that strong. It could be attackable.
Yeah, so with this...
So this is an even game.
I think this came and negates that Hane on the first line we were going over when we were doing ourselves.
Yep.
So this is probably a counter. I guess that's why black doesn't play at K3 right now.
Yeah. Very, very cool variation. So basically, after this point, it was much better for white.
After, you mean in the game after?
Yeah, in the game after black made the M4 mistake, it started.
And now white is 10 points ahead.
Yeah, that's pretty big lead.
Yeah, here all moves were fine. This 93 is also fine. It seems to think pushing here was slow compared to playing this one.
Oh. Oh wow, it's considerably. It's like a 4-point.
Still fighting like crazy.
Oh, I see. So actually, black's 2 stones were heavier because black played P13. I think that might be what.
I think it just refuses to. It thinks black can't lose 2 stones at L7 and M7.
Yeah, but that's because black played P13. So like when white, if black loses those 2, if white Hane is at P12, then
yeah, black's gonna.
Everything's dead. Yeah. Yeah, but anyhow, this is completely over.
Yeah, so here it thinks, I mean, all the moves here were correct. And after this, It says white plus 11.5 points, and win percentage, it's 97.
97, yeah. You were right.
Yeah, but I mean, I knew white is good in the game, but I still, if you'd ask me, I maybe say it's 80-20. I still thought I definitely can lose the game.
But I think it's the good kind of uncertainty, you know, like you're ahead and you just have to finish it off.
Yeah, until you lose a game by playing too safe.
Okay, yeah. Okay, wow, it's 20 points already at this point. Yeah, we can probably stop here since white is way ahead now.
And it's always gonna find some crazy sequence
Yeah.
to give itself a chance.
Yeah.
20 points. I'm curious, actually. Do you think you'd beat it if you played it from here as white?
I would want to say so, but I wouldn't say I would 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, everything is settled, and it's a 20-point lead.
Yeah, it should be.
Should be.
Not everything is settled, right? There is this D3 group.
Yeah, but it also has G2, so black has to give white an eye to cut it.
Yes, true.
It's an interesting question, though. Like, at which point do you think you could play an AI and beat it?
Well, actually, with this game, I think I'd probably still win. But overall, I never thought it would be like the difference between us and AI would be bigger than 3 stones, but now we know that even with 4 stones, it's like maybe a 50-50, right?
I would say I want to be confident with 4 stones, but yeah, it's hard to say.
I know. That's exactly what I said, man. But then you try, and you get crushed on 3.
Have you tried with 4?
You get crushed on 4.
You've tried with 4?
I haven't tried myself before. I tried with 3, and I lost. I mean, I lose every time. And I saw it play against some pros and some 9-downs on Fox with 4, and it usually beats them too.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm still claiming that with 4 it's a 50-50. I hope I am not mistaken. At least that much it should give us.
It's just demoralizing when you play an AI. Yeah.
Yeah, and with so many people cheating with it now, you get to experience it often.
Yep. All right. Well, I think we should probably end here. We've pretty much covered a relatively demoralizing game for me, even though I did manage to come back later on. So if you want to see the later games, I will try to get Ali with me some other time. And I hope you guys learned something from this review. As usual, thank you for watching. Feel free to comment your questions, and I will try to get back to them. So
yes, and come cheer for Ryan in our league.
Yes,
the final.
Yes, we have the finals coming up. I think it's going to be mid-September, so also stay tuned for that.
Yeah, it will be very exciting. Thanks.
Thank you,
and today.
Thank you, Ali, for coming, and see you next time.